welcome to Most Haunted. It is said that no matter where you roam in the castle behind me, you're bound to find a ghost. With strange mists, full apparitions, a witch and headless horses, we just had to come and investigate Kasteel Doorwerth. Standing on the River Rhine, the original Kasteel Doorwerth was a wooden fortress that was destroyed in 1260. A stone-built replacement followed, a pattern that has been repeated during its troubled past. The most recent and notable destruction occurred when World War II's Battle of Arnhem wiped out the majority of the castle. After extensive renovation, Queen Juliana reopened the castle as a museum in 1986.
Most of the items in this castle are not original, but of course the fabric of the building, the stone, the bricks, and of course the woodwork, was used again to rebuild this fantastic castle.
In the Knights' Hall, it's been reported that a spirit of a previous owner has been seen walking across the floor, and poltergeist activity has been occurring here quite regularly. But it's through this door that the story continues. The tormented soul of Lord Doorwerth, the original owner of the castle, walks these stairs and the rest of this magnificent building.
People who worked here in winter time, they had someone walking around on every floor, and they inspected the castle again, and that happened in some week, several times.
He was a lonely old man who lived here. One day, a knight and his wife came to visit. The Baron had too much to drink and was making advances to the knight's wife. A duel took place, the knight was killed, and the Baron offered the lady his hand in marriage. During the night, she stabbed herself through the heart to avoid marriage to this old man. And within weeks of this, he also died during a storm. And they say that on a stormy night, his ghost still wanders the corridors, some of the rooms, and the staircases of this old castle.
Although the inside of the castle is very haunted, the outside holds a fear all of its own. In the dead of night, a witch in a carriage pulled along by headless horses thunders along this road in an endless quest to find victims to take to the other side. Two spirits are said to haunt the cellars. These would have originally been part of the castle's dungeons. The ghost of a servant who, when found stealing, killed his accuser and was left to starve. A young girl was also left to die down here by her father. But it's not her ghost that's been seen down here, it's her father's. Is he looking for forgiveness or release from this terrible deed? We have 24 hours to find out. We are all interested to know if the supernatural spirits that we believe to exist in the United Kingdom are just as prominent in the Netherlands. At our request, medium Derek Akora has flown out to join the rest of the crew. Richard Felix had spent many hours researching the castle and was keen to know if Derek would pick up on any of the historical facts that he had researched. With everyone eager to see if Derek could transfer his psychic powers onto foreign fields, it was time to begin our investigation at Kasteel Doorwerth.
It's become apparent to me right now at the moment as we look at the way, you know, this cellar is painted and what have you. For a short time there, I'm in a scenario where just quickly I'm watching the energy of a man. So I've got to take this to be a replay. When I don't know, how far back, I don't know at this point, but it's like as if I've got this man's energy coming through into this area and him repeating his thoughts. In other words, I feel it in torment, actually. Some kind of torment. And that torment, most definitely, I feel, has to do with... I'm aware, again, coming from the residual energy, a hatred. The hatred that is displayed And I feel the hatred is displayed in this atmosphere at the man.
At the man?
At the man.
So who's showing the hatred?
I feel as if a woman, a female, who hates the thought of this man. I feel as if there's a lot of cruelty here. Cruelty. And that cruelty is as if he's centered his thoughts, and I feel he was being very nasty, violent with this lady. And it's like as if against, the only way I can put it, because it's like my will has been taken away from me here. So I feel it was against her will that he was showing and displaying this feeling. It's like as if he, it was a man who lived here. It was a man who lived here, who I feel this must have belonged to it, or he was connected very strongly with this building. And she lost her trust in him, okay? Why did she lose trust? He was a what? He was a family. They were of the same family, of the same family. Was it his wife? Was it his wife? His daughter. His daughter. The man's daughter. He locked her away. He locked her away.
Okay.
And he left her.
In this area down here?
Yeah, can I just say here, it's not the way it really should be.
Okay.
Because this is looking bright and what have you. And I feel as if I want to go through there. See this wall here?
Yeah.
I want to go through there.
Yeah.
And I want to go into another area. And it's on this level where she was locked away.
Who was she? Can you give us a name?
I'll ask.
Yeah.
Can you give me a name, Sam? That's still not given. Maybe, like in other places, we'll get it as it's going along, you know, just give them.
What time period would you say that he would have done this to his daughter?
Well, you know, this is what it comes from the floor here. I feel, and it certainly doesn't look it, but I feel as if we can go back here in this ether, in this atmosphere, to probably around, because I sort of figured in my mind's eye, the 13th century.
Okay.
Back to then.
Okay.
And I feel as if, oh, sorry. Oh.
You're right.
Yeah.
What are you seeing?
He did this. He not just locked her away. She perished. She perished because of him. And I also want to bring this in now. And there was a connection. He locked her away because he'd heard, or he had proof, or there was a connection with, in this area, going back to that time and a little bit before, there was practicing witchcraft. And this young female, okay, had some kind of link with a female, a woman, an older woman, who dealt in these arts, in this dark arts. And I feel that was one of the reasons he blamed, you know, you're one of those.
Right.
Our investigation at Kasteel Doorwerth is being closely observed by Richard Felix. But do the initial energies that Derek reports bear any relation to what our historian knows to be fact?
Interesting. He's mentioned a father and daughter, and certainly in the 1300s, a father did incarcerate his daughter down here in these dungeons. That is quite correct. But the strange thing is that we believe she didn't die, that she actually escaped from here. The father died, and as Derek says, quite rightly, he actually still haunts this place. So, not a bad start.
As we endeavour to solve who this discontented spirit is, we were unaware that Kasteel Doorwerth would soon provide us with contact from beyond the grave.
Please try and show yourself, try and communicate with us. Give us a sign. Ben je een gevecht
Oh, yes.
Our investigation in the Netherlands has already indicated the presence of a young girl who suffered at the hands of her own father. We move to the Knights' Hall, but will Derek sense any other tortured souls that have played a part in Kasteel Doorwerth's checkered past?
Now, as we come into this hall here, the first emanations of residual that seems to come around me is of a mixture of a lot of people. And I'm being catapulted from that time forward, right forward in time. So there's two major lots of residual energy intermingling with each other. So one's going way back and one's coming forward. I had a lot of people talking, talking in deep conversation, and also very, very military, absolutely. And yet, with the military, it's like as if I'm listening to German. Like, this man was talking very strongly in a German tone, and he was thumping the table. So that thumping, I feel, must go on, even if there's not a table around this area. Thumping like this, and shouting in German. I can't pronounce it, but just shouting. And it seems a lot of people scurrying, men and women scurrying, you know, to orders and to orders. And in actual fact, this man getting to such a pitch, getting so angry. And you know something, Ivy? I know he's like an officer type thing. And what type thing? Officer man, but German.
Okay.
When I'm talking about the Germans, I'm talking about a period of time of the Second World War.
Right.
Not the First World, but I want to say the Second. But I'm also getting this, it's like as if someone is meting out. That's the way I try to explain. Meting out justice here. And it was like, take them away. And I feel lives were just like, you know, it was like the justice was done and being locked up and taken away and slain. You know, taking their lives away.
Here was where almost, you're saying their sentence was kind of carried out.
Absolutely. And so there's so much residual here in the different levels. I got a name before.
Yeah.
I did, very clearly. I'll see if I can pronounce that again. I've got Hans. Riedler. Hans Riedler. Riedler. And who? Sam's given me another one.
Go on.
Wilhelm.
Go
on, say it again, Sam. Again for me. Matthias. Wilhelm Matthias.
Okay. And
who are they, please?
Yeah.
Is the officer. The officer was Wilhelm Matthias. And it was a soldier that was in service with him. They both lost their lives here.
In this building?
Here. Boom!
Oh, right.
Blow. Big explosion. And they've come out of the body. And they are active here. They've not moved. They've not known how to.
And they still walk here?
Yes, they do. There was more than just them two that lost their lives, but for some reason, maybe the others moved on, but these two stay here.
So there was a big explosion inside the castle?
I feel it was... Can I just say to you what I felt when I first walked in here? I felt as if I had... suddenly I've got like... It may sound silly. Like I've got a roof above me, and the next minute I look up and everything's in shambles. Everything's all down. And, you know, it's like as if it was one big... well, there's more than one explosion, because I feel there was a number of explosions.
So who did the explosions?
I don't know. Hold on. Who did the explosions, Sam? Who's responsible for that? Go on. The aircraft? The aircraft?
From
where? From Britain. From Britain. Sam says it was huge devastation to the structure, and it was all blown down for a portion.
Right.
And then what happened? And it's like Sam showed me like a rebuild.
What year?
Picture.
Can you ask Sam what year this would have happened?
What year? Go on. The explosions, okay? He's just said 1944.
Okay.
1944. But he also takes me back, and there was other devastation of fire, but they don't come together. He's just said these words as well. There has been 4 major sieges to this here.
This building was destroyed by the Germans in 1944, but before that it was actually shelled by the British, and I haven't got a clue how many German soldiers died here. Sieges were laid on many occasions. The place was most certainly burnt down because in 1260 it was a wooden building, and the only way to destroy it would be by fire.
From medieval imprisonment to 20th century conflict, it appears that the paranormal fabric of this building transcends many centuries. With our cameras switched to night vision, we ventured into the attic, where Derek strongly felt that spiritual energies were present.
Do you want to stay in this bit, or do you want to go down there?
Okay, go down, shall we?
Go down, yeah.
Can we? Yeah. Oh.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Now, since we've just come up into this level, Evie, whether this energy has actually followed us or whether it's belonging up here, I feel it belongs up here. And I'm aware of... it's like as if you know, a man's anger, and this anger is like really building up inside him, and it's like as if this is the way the feelings come to me here, as if his head feels as if it's exploding, and he's made that decision, he's made a decision, and then I see through these energies as if I get 2 men. There's two of the energies, and they are...
These are not the 2
No,
German
these
soldiers.
are separate energies, these men. And I feel as if there's like this big, it's like a huge fallout, arguments, and one man shouting at the other, and he's taking his life. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh. Thanks, Sam, thank you. He's the way he's trying to give it to me is if the 2 men had a huge quarrel, a fight, and one man was saying he couldn't have, and the other one said he was going to have, and that's what caused him to do this terrible thing. And I feel it was over emotions. Mm-hmm. It was emotional. It was with emotions. Go on, what is it, Sam? Tell me. The man was too familiar. The man was too familiar with the other man's wife, his partner.
Right.
And in a blind fit of fury, he's took his life. I feel the way it's been given there now, as if he... there's something to do with here. I don't know if that was strangulation, and also... that must have been like stabbing him. And then disposing or taking away the physical remains. But I feel the man who did this killing of the other man, his spirit is not in any way, shape or form at rest.
Does this highly charged conflict relate to the story of the knight and his wife, who lost their lives following a violent and bloody duel with the castle's jealous owner, Baron van Dorenweerd? And will he choose to make his presence known to us?
Are you here with me?
The shadow was just gone past that door there. If I could make out that was a male, that was a man.
Nestled in woodland near to the Dutch city of Arnhem, Kasteel Doorwerth has over 700 years of upheaval behind it. Our investigation here has already indicated several complex energies. So far in the attic, Derek described a presence that appeared to resemble the murderous landlord, Baron van Doorwerth. But does anyone else reside within these walls?
How did he word that? Say it again. I don't know what he keeps on saying, something about head to, and I don't even know what this word means. To the, it sounded like Castilian or Castilian. Castilian. The head to, or the head Castilian. Oh, there's a, yes. Yes. There's a yon here.
A yon?
Yon. Is that for John? That must be for John. Yon. Now that energy subsides, and so I can't, at this moment, give any more. Did anyone hear a crack over there? No, just as I was talking, something from in there, you see, in that area.
Have you?
A few noises over here.
Did you? Keep turning, actually.
Yeah, it just keep on cracking.
Yeah.
Cracking.
And yet the strange thing is over there, it's actually a brick floor.
Is it?
So there's nothing, there's no woodwork or anything
No, I
like
was
that.
just conscious as I was talking, just periodic little cracks, crack.
How do you feel, John?
I feel very comfortable. I don't feel uncomfortable at all, really.
Carl?
I mean, I did hear some cracks, some noises behind me, which I didn't know what they were, but I feel fine.
Richard?
I don't, I feel ridiculous.
What?
I'm sweating like a pig.
Are you?
I can't stop my right nostril and my right eye running. And I've been standing here thinking, I can't stay in here much longer. My palms are so wet and clammy, and I'm sweating.
Oh, you are.
I'm sweating so much
absolutely wringing wet.
that I don't usually feel anything like that. I feel really uncomfortable in here.
Should we go and have a stand in that area over there where we heard the noises from?
Yeah.
You're right, Richard.
Yeah, I'm obviously going to stay, but I do feel strange.
Yeah.
What's the matter?
I've seen a lot of orbs.
There's a lady here now.
There's
There's
a
a
what?
lady just come in.
A lot of stuff flying about on my camera.
She's around here now.
There's loads of stuff flying about.
She's Oh, this is another unhappy one as well. Oh God.
Why? What's wrong with her?
Well, she's angered, all right. This one. She makes a lot of noises around this castle, and she does it purposely. She feels as if a total. I'll use my words. The feelings that are coming through here is if there's a total injustice to the state she found herself in, and she was in service to the person that was of the position here. Sorry to say this, okay, starved her. Put in order to starve her.
Why? Why would he do that?
Why, Sam? What did she do? She took things that didn't belong to her. What was it? Silver. It's silver. It's silver items. Silver. A shadow's just gone past that door there, Evie. And I mean a dark shadow. Did you, John? Would you? It went right across. It was about 4 foot high. It went. Honestly, it went vroomf.
I think I saw something as well, out the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
I can't say what it was, but I just felt it was
right across, Richard. It stood about 4.5 foot tall, something like that. It was dark, and you know, although it was like a shape, I could make out that was a male. That was a man.
Mysterious sounds, ghostly shadows, and a swarm of light anomalies. The attic had offered us a lot to think about as we prepared for the night vigils. Once used as a dungeon, these cellars are thought to contain at least 2 traumatized souls. Carl volunteered to see if this solitary space could live up to its expectations.
I'm downstairs in the
part of the castle was the dungeons. I don't feel very comfortable down here, I must admit. I don't quite know why. Just heard some footsteps down here, I'm just thinking. I definitely heard some sounds, some footsteps of somebody walking down here. And they were so prominent I actually didn't... I thought they were somebody. But they weren't. It's very spooky in here. If you are here, try to make yourself known by making a sound. I mean you no harm, I mean you no ill. Please, if there is any possible way that you can show us your existence, please try to do that now. The bench behind me is making settling noises as though someone's just sat on it. It's that one there. Are you there? If you're there, come into this room.
Unnerved by the thought that he may just have encountered poltergeist activity, Carl decides to call time on his stay in the cellar. Relying on safety in numbers, Rachel, Kerry and Kath make their way to the Knight's Hall, reportedly the most haunted room in Kasteel Doorwerth. But before they can settle, a series of strange events start to unfold.
Sounded like horses. What is that? Sounded like horses. Rachel is really, really sweating. Oh my God, I'm really bad now. Von Doorwerth, are you in the room with us? Please make yourself known by... Please make yourself known by... Are you in this room with us? Please can you make something move? Or make a sound? Make a sound. Oh, holy shit. Do you feel sick? That's what I felt before. I thought I was actually going to fall.
This extraordinary series of events left these members of the most haunted crew with a distinct anxiety about this part of the castle.
We can hear a horse.
Some of their recorded sound could relate to the ghostly tale of a witch who travels the surrounding countryside with headless horses in tow. However, no horses are stored in or near to Kasteel Doorwerth. John, Tom and myself already have first-hand knowledge of what to expect from the attic. Undeterred by the spirits that Derek had sensed on our first visit, we decided to go back in. And using an alternative method in which to communicate, could we collect further evidence of the paranormal?
Please try and move these boxes in front of us. If there's someone here in this room with us, please try and move these boxes in front of us. Did you hear that?
I heard that.
Yeah, I heard that.
There was a big bang.
Yeah. Please try and move these boxes in front of us. Did you hear that? Use our energy to try and communicate with us. Can you hear us?
There was a big bang.
There's some footsteps above us.
Sounds like footsteps.
Can you hear us? Are you here in this room with us? Please give us an answer by moving the box. Then we know that you are here. Can you feel that, Tom? Please try and move the box harder so that we know that you are here. That is moving. Is it me or is it moving?
Can't see it moving.
Can you feel it there, Tom? I must be going mad then.
It does feel like it's moving, but
Although I felt sure that the wooden crates had moved in a strange manner, John and Tom weren't completely convinced. More evidence was needed, and soon everyone would witness the phenomena that Kasteel Doorwerth had promised.
Please try and show yourself, try and communicate with us. Give us a sign.
Oh, yes.
Can you feel that, Tom?
Following our small séance in Kasteel Doorwerth's attic, we decided to try table tipping on a larger scale. With all of the crew gathered in the Knight's Hall, we invited a member of the Kasteel's staff, Kitty, to join us, as we felt that her translation of our questions may evoke a better response. We weren't to be disappointed.
Is there anybody here in this room with us?
Is hier iemand in deze zaal bij ons?
We don't mean you any harm, but please, please try and show yourself. Try and communicate with us.
We doen je geen kwaad, we zijn niks van plan. Maar probeer te laten blijken dat je hier bent.
Oh, there's coolant coming into the circle, inside the circle.
I can feel
Can you feel it
dropping
down your face?
Yeah.
Okay, keep talking, Ev. Keep talking.
Give us a sign. Any sign at all to show us that you are here and you can understand what I'm saying to you.
It's here.
Er is hier iets.
Can you feel it? Yeah. You all right?
yeah.
What's the matter?
God, I just felt like someone just shivered right about my body then. Do you want to tell me something?
Wil je iets kwijt aan Carl? Wil je me iets vertellen?
Is there a connection? Do you see that I'm able to help you?
Are there other people in the room with him now?
Are there any other spirits here in this room with you now?
Zijn er meer geesten bij je op dit moment?
Is there a warning you want to give me about these other spirits?
Derek, Carl. Richard, we all got our hands off that table.
Yeah.
Can you see?
We hebben allemaal de handen.
Keep moving the
Derek,
table.
Oh, okay.
Keep moving it. Ask him to keep moving the table.
Yes.
Please keep moving this table for us. Keep your hands close. Keep your hands close. This might be some energy from
Laat het even. Laat hem bewegen. Laat het ons bewegen. Ja, doe maar.
Whoa.
Hands off.
Hands off, everyone.
That's it.
Hands
I'm
off.
off.
Just put your hands back on the table then.
Do you need our energies? Do you need us to physically touch something to have a constant flow of energy? Yeah, okay, that answers the question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant. Did he live here?
Did you live here?
Heb je altijd gewoond?
Did you die here?
Did you die here?
Ben je gestorven?
Yes.
Hij is hier ook gestorven.
So you know you're dead?
Dus dan weet je dus dat je dood bent als geest.
Did you die violently?
Ben je in een gevecht
Oh,
gestorven?
yes.
Did someone kill him?
Did someone kill you?
Ben je vermoord?
Thumbs off as well.
Do you want to seek revenge?
Wil je wraak? Op de moordenaar van je?
Were you stabbed?
Ben je neergestoken? Hij is neergestoken.
Were you stabbed in this castle?
Ben je in dit kasteel doodgestoken?
Were you stabbed in this room?
Ben je in deze zaal doodgestoken? Nee, hij is niet hier doodgestoken.
Is there evidence in this castle of who killed you? Is there anything in this castle that will connect the person who murdered you
Is hier bewijs in het
to
kasteel?
show us his name?
Kunnen we het zien wie jou vermoord heeft? Is er nog bewijs van? Nou.
And that would be about right, I think.
Could this violent death relate to one of the castle's most notable tales? Is this spirit that of the noble knight who, in defence of his wife's honour, died by the sword of the jealous Baron van Doornweerd? If we have made contact with this 13th century spirit, how many more entities surround us? Two other members of the castle's staff wanted to join Richard on one last vigil. Corinne and Jan felt that the spirits of two previous owners still haunt the building. But as the group attempts to make contact, events take another dramatic turn.
Baron van Brockels, are you here?
You better ask for Madame de la Tremouille in this room.
Madame
De la Tremouille.
de la Tremouille. Madame de la Tremouille. Are you here with us in this room? Are you okay? Are you back with us?
I heard you talk, but it was like I was not there, and it felt like I was being moved.
You seem to have all the symptoms of being taken over by a spirit person.
They decided to head to the safety of the crew room, but on their way, Corinne again starts behaving strangely, giving Richard and Jan cause for concern.
Who are you? Can you give me your name? You all right again? Corinne? Corinne? Come on, let's take you back.
Hey. Hey.
Corinne, come back. Come amongst us. Come back to us. Come on, Corinne, let's take you. Which is the way? Corinne?
Ja. Ja, dat hoofdpijn, ja. Ze is gewoon...
It's the fourth time.
Mysterious sounds, light anomalies, physical movement responses, and apparently bodily possession. We monitored each of the castle's prominent rooms throughout the investigation, and although no additional evidence was detected, our night in the Netherlands has gathered some remarkable results.
Well, Kasteel Doorwerth certainly turned out to be a surprise, and I would imagine more for the Dutch people than probably anybody. We started off slowly, everyone telling us the usual stories that they don't really believe in ghosts, and as the night progressed, well, we've had some interesting phenomena, to say the least.
The bench behind me is making settling noises as though someone's just sat on it.
The poltergeist activity, the noises.
Make a sound.
The table tilting. I'm absolutely flabbergasted at what happened.
Did you live here?
Heb je altijd gehoord?
There is no explanation for it other than it's either the power of our minds or there was a spirit up there that was controlling us. I don't know which.
Ja. Mooi is...
want us to find out who it could have been.
Just when we thought the night was over, we got into Jan's office, he and I sat down, and then all of a sudden, Corinne just went off on one. Sat down on a window seat and went into a trance again. She burst into tears. That woman does not believe in ghosts. So I just don't know.
At Kasteel Doorwerth, there were 3 particular occurrences that were of interest. There was table tipping, and especially when Carl was asking the questions, the table appeared to move erratically and was even making a knocking sound at some point. Now, I'm very apprehensive in interpreting table tipping phenomena as something paranormal, because there are such things as unconscious or conscious fraud at work, and you need to make sure that this is not occurring when you're getting the phenomena. The second instance that occurred at the Kasteel was when Carl was on a lone vigil in the cellar. He heard creaks and various noises. In an old castle, interpreting auditory phenomena as paranormal is dangerous. The temperature, as it drops overnight, can result in wooden structures within the building decreasing in size, and as the temperature goes up, it may increase the wood, and this would cause creaks and noises. The third instance that occurred at the Kasteel was Corinne, one of the guides, appeared to go into some sort of trance. But what was more compelling from my point of view was that she just broke down into tears. The difficulty in interpreting this again as paranormal is that we're dealing with an emotional response to a situation that is highly emotionally charged. I think it's purely psychological.
Kasteel Doorwerth has given us a fascinating insight into its tragic past, and a night never to be forgotten. Until next time, sleep tight.